Welcome to This Explainer. Today we're taking a really hard look at how we're actually living right now. We're going to explore a vital analysis of our modern lifestyle, but more importantly, we're looking at how we can practically reclaim our health, our focus, and our energy. Look, we all know the world has changed incredibly fast, right? And the way we move, the way we don't move anymore, has changed right along with it. But here's the good news. There is a direct, totally accessible path to fixing this, and it starts right now.
So I want you to just pause and reflect for a quick second. Seriously, think about your daily habits. From the very moment you woke up this morning to this exact second right now, how much time have you spent staring at a glowing rectangle? If you're anything like the rest of us, that number is probably a whole lot higher than you'd care to admit. It's a serious question though, because this one simple metric is quietly defining our entire physical and mental health. When you stop and realize that the average person taps, swipes, and clicks their device literally thousands of times a single day, you start to see just how fundamentally our human behavior has shifted.
Okay, let's dive into exactly what the source material calls the modern screen trap. Our youth, students, young professionals, we are all spending just disproportionately massive amounts of time completely absorbed by three things: mobile phones, computers, and social media. And the reason it's a trap? It's deeply psychological. The infinite scroll, the constant ping of a new notification, those videos that just autoplay one after another, they are deliberately designed to keep us planted exactly where we are. And what happens when we're locked into these devices? We end up living a highly sedentary, restricted life. Our physical activity absolutely drops off a cliff. We aren't just sitting down to take a quick rest, we're trapping our bodies and our minds in the state of constant physical inactivity. And as a direct result, the health problems just start stacking up.
You're basically looking at a massive fork in the road for how we choose to live today. On one side, you've got the digital life. The data on this is crystal clear. This path of prolonged immobility leads straight to physical inactivity and rising health problems. No surprise there. But on the exact opposite side, we have the sports life. And listen, this isn't just about occasionally dragging yourself to the gym. It is a complete lifestyle shift. Adopting a sports lifestyle obviously brings immediate physical fitness. But beyond that, and this is absolutely crucial, it brings emotional balance and mental strength. It's basically the ultimate antidote to that brain drain we all feel after a long, exhausting day of screen time.
Let's shift gears here, because the way out of this trap is actually fascinating. Moving beyond the screen doesn't just put a pause on the damage of our desk-bound, phone-steering days, it actively reverses it. When we step onto a court, a field, or a track, sports don't just distract us from our devices. Through some pretty incredible biological mechanisms, they actively heal us. They hit the refresh button on the mind, they keep the body profoundly fit, and they instantly boost self-confidence just by grounding us back in the real physical world. Let's look exactly at how this works under the hood.
So, the big takeaway here really breaks down into two main categories: disease prevention and mental enhancement. First, think of sports as your body's physical shield. Regular participation actively reduces the risk of lifestyle diseases that are just skyrocketing right now, things like diabetes, obesity, and heart disease. But then we get to the mental enhancements, and this is where it gets incredibly cool. Playing sports actively reduces mental stress. It's all about that mind-body connection. Physical activity pumps more blood to the brain, which flushes out those nasty stress hormones and actually stimulates neural growth. So for students, or really any professionals out there, this directly translates to boosted concentration, much better memory, and a greater overall learning capacity. You are literally training your brain just by moving your body.
Which brings us perfectly to this timeless proverb highlighted in our source text: health is wealth. You know, it sounds almost too simple, but it is the absolute truth. You just cannot build a successful society or a happy individual life on a shaky foundation of poor health. I mean, think about it. What good is professional or academic success if we don't have the energy or the vitality to actually enjoy it? A healthy body is the absolute prerequisite for a positive mindset, an active lifestyle, and a resilient personality. Every single other thing we want to achieve stems right from this fundamental wealth. And you know, this physical foundation builds into something much, much larger. A lot of times, we just think of sports in terms of winning medals, scoring points, or just getting a sweaty workout in. But the analysis really pushes us to see sports as a classroom. It is a fundamental, hands-on environment for deep, personal character development. The playing field is where a good personality is actually forged, through real-world pressure, cooperation, and good old-fashioned physical effort.
And the curriculum in that classroom? It is incredibly robust. It's like a giant puzzle of character building. First off, you've got discipline and time management, traits you absolutely 100% need for academic and workplace success. Showing up for practice teaches you how to manage your schedule and push through even when you're completely exhausted.
Then we have leadership and teamwork, the ability to guide others and work harmoniously toward a common goal. But honestly, perhaps the most profound trait developed here is equanimity in winning and losing. Sports teach us how to accept a really tough loss and a glorious win with the exact same balanced grace. These aren't just athletic skills. These are the precise ingredients of a successful person in literally any walk of life.
Okay, so we know the massive problem with the modern screen trap, and we now know the incredible physical and mental benefits of the solution. The million-dollar question now is, what do we actually do about it? How do we build this disciplined, confident society? Well, the answer is surprisingly simple and totally achievable. You don't need a radical overhaul of your entire life. It just requires a small, consistent, daily commitment.
And that commitment comes down to a magic number, 30 to 60. The source text explicitly states that today's youth, and honestly, every single one of us, must commit to spending at least 30 to 60 minutes every single day engaged in some form of sport or exercise. That's it, just half an hour to an hour. You don't need to go live in the gym or train like you're going to the Olympics. This simple 30 to 60-minute daily investment is completely enough to trigger all those amazing metabolic and cognitive benefits we just talked about. It is the essential requirement to break that sedentary cycle, lock in your physical fitness, and build a healthy, disciplined future.
Which brings us to the ultimate core message drawn directly from our analysis today. Play every day, stay healthy, and build a brighter future. Doing some kind of everyday sport is the definitive first step towards a healthy life. It's not just about winning the game. It's about making movement a totally non-negotiable part of your daily routine. Stepping onto the field, hitting the court, or just getting outside for a quick, active game, that is exactly how we reclaim our modern generation from the digital trap.
So I want to leave you with one final thought. We've seen the data, and we've seen the incredible, undeniable benefits to your body, your mind, and your character. The blueprint is sitting right there, just 30 to 60 minutes a day. So, as soon as this explainer wraps up, I want you to look at your schedule and seriously ask yourself, what sport are you going to start playing tomorrow?